Jason Simon. This is the Indiana Libertarian Update for the week of May 15th, 2017. Have you been paying attention to what's happening in Morgan County? Brandon Lavy and all the other libertarians down Bloomington Way are going high-tech and using science of the political kind to get libertarians elected in 2018. We sat down with Brandon earlier this week, and we have that interview shortly. But first, let's check on libertarian events from around the state of Indiana. Okay, the St. Joseph County Libertarian Party will have their business meeting. That's this Thursday at 7 p.m. That's going to be happening at Gianetto's Pizza and Pasta on Cleveland Road in Granger. Again, the St. Joseph County Libertarian Party, newly affiliated St. Joseph County, has their meeting coming up. Be sure to get over and say hello to Ron Senkush and all the crowd there. Libertarian Party of Rush County is going to have their women's handgun training course. That is happening this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. This is for women, and in case you missed the Paul Morrell interview from a few weeks back, it is limited. It does appeal to women, and it's actually taught by a county sheriff's deputy. So a great program, and we encourage you to check that out later this week. Kosciuszko County Legalization Rally is happening this Saturday as well. That's going to be happening with the Higher Fellowship there in Kosciuszko County, way up north in Warsaw, Indiana. Kicks off at 1 p.m. and is expected to run till 4 p.m. This is all part of their tour of each county seat in the state of Indiana as they bring the message of re-legalization statewide in Indiana. The Monroe County Libertarian Party will be having their monthly meeting. That happens Saturday, June 3rd. Honestly, for the last part of May, not a lot goes on, and especially here in Indiana, things tend to become preoccupied with speed and such. So we're jumping ahead to June for this meeting. It is Saturday, June 3rd, and that runs from 4 to 5 p.m. Now, there's something very interesting going on afterwards, and we're going to talk with Brandon Lavy and get some more details on this in just a moment. Immediately following the meeting, they're going to have a discussion called Mobilizing Small Town USA for Liberty. There's been some challenges with getting the libertarian vote out in small towns and college campuses, and they're talking about it and coming up with solutions down in Bloomington. That will be happening next June 3rd, Saturday, and that is immediately following the business meeting there at the Tailored Fit in Bloomington. The Higher Fellowship will have another town hall meeting. This one is going to be at Peddlers Village Road in Goshen, Indiana. The Goshen Town Hall is happening June 4th. June 4th. And, of course, the Libertarian Party of Morgan County has their meet and greet. Now, this usually is done in conjunction with their business meeting. I did not see this on my roundup, so if anybody has some details on that and want to send them to me, that would be great. Thursday, June 8th. From 7 to 10 p.m. at Ralph and Ava's Catering. They're on Main Street in Mooresville, Indiana, and the Libertarian Party of Morgan County would love to see you there. Okay. As we mentioned, there's a lot going on right now in Bloomington. One of the biggest challenges with the Libertarian movement has been appealing to younger voters. They're making progress down in the southern part of the state. I talked to Brandon Lavy about this and a few other things that are going on down that way. Some really interesting things. So let's give it a listen. And welcome to this week's interview as part of the Indiana Libertarian Update. We've had a lot of great folks visit us here at the Indiana Libertarian Update. For the next couple of weeks, I really want to take a shift and focus on what's happening here in the state of Indiana at the county affiliate level. At the beginning of the year, we talked to some folks from Lake County, but since then, we haven't really had a chance to catch up with what's going on at the county level. There are some counties who are making some fantastic headway, that are having some real innovation, and really making the news and reaching out and improving the position of liberty in the state of Indiana. One of them is the folks down in Monroe County, down in Bloomington and the surrounding areas at the Libertarian Party of Monroe County. I'm very pleased today to have the chairperson of the Libertarian Party of Monroe County join us, Mr. Brandon Lavy. Brandon, how are you today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. Now, I'm sure we've met face-to-face at that place that one time, yeah, but for the rest of our viewers, bring us up to speed. Tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are and where you're from.
Yeah, so I'm a recent graduate from IU. Graduated with a political science and psychology major. So I was elected to be the chairperson of the Monroe County Libertarian Party about 50 days ago. And working on campus, and now that students are gone, working out in the rest of the community. But we've been doing a lot of cool stuff down here.
Fantastic. Well, let's jump right into that. What is going on with the Libertarian Party down there in Monroe County?
Yeah, so Over the weekend, we had our first phone bank training, and today we kicked off our summer phone bank. We've got about 10,000 voters that we're targeting from key precincts where Libertarians did particularly well in 2016, but especially in 2014, the last midterm election. And going through a voter identification script to talk to these people, talk about the issues that are particularly important to them, so we can determine within 45 seconds to a minute how likely they are to support us in 2018 and 2019 and beyond. So right now we had an excellent turnout for the phone bank training. We have about 20 volunteers working right now. I just got off. I made about 300 calls today. So we got a lot of people interested in it. We set a goal for the week of about 1,000 calls, and I think we're going to easily meet that here in the first couple of days.
Now, Brandon, let's just clarify this a little bit because I think some of our viewers may not realize exactly how this works. People didn't show up at a place for training, did they?
No, this was completely on Facebook Live. It was really targeted towards a lot of our student members. We've got a really active group on Indiana University's campus, and they just all left town, but still have a ton of free time over the summer. So we really wanted to find a way to engage them, and the best way to do that was online. So we had a Facebook live stream, tried to get some students involved so that they can pick up. I mean, we can do this phone banking from your couch just about anywhere. So as far as political volunteer work goes, it's about as easy as it comes. So really, we wanted to find a way to engage these students even during the summer when they're not here in Monroe County with us.
Well, it sounds like you definitely embrace technology and are working with the latest and greatest technology there in Monroe County. Can people go back and watch the training session? Is that live recording available?
Yep, the Facebook Live training is available online. You have to weed through. We've got about 3 minutes of buffer while we waited for people to get on the live stream. But if you skip through that, you can get it's about a 15-minute training, and you can also go to our website, lpmc.nationbuilder.com, and sign up and request a call sheet, and we'll send you all the information you need to get started calling.
So you don't even have to be in the state of Indiana to help out with this, right?
I'd say about 25% right now of our volunteers aren't even in the state. We recommend that those people use a Google Voice account so that they can use one of our local area codes, a 317 or an 812, so that they get more pickups on the line. But other than that, there's no need to be in our county or even in the state.
Well, this certainly sounds like a game changer. Now, you mentioned that most of the participants, most of the active members in the party are students on the IU campus. Are you seeing participation from some of the more traditional LP members like myself?
No, absolutely. And I'd say that right now, a lot of the people working on it are older members who aren't connected with the university. I'd say we've got several people who heard about it on Facebook, and we've got somebody from California, somebody from Arizona, all people who have no connection to the university at all. So we're definitely seeing a lot of older party members engaged in this.
Well, Brandon, I know that you've been engaged in politics for some time, supporting campaigns and working within the county party down there. What role has your education in political science played in some of these more innovative things we're seeing coming out of Monroe County?
Yeah, well, I'd say that I learned about 90% of what I know outside of school. So, the political science major is nice on a plaque, but at the end of the day, it's a lot of real world experience. I think that the one thing a political science major does do is it gives you a sense of the things you do actually have to work. You need to have data to back it up that says this is actually achieving the results you want. And I think that that's something that, through the research I conducted while at the university, and, things I did outside of that, it's really reliant on, is this actually working or is this not? So a lot of the things that we go by our gut and say that in politics, this must work because we've done it for so long, or, they did it in the 50s with their politics, so it must work today. This is the best way to engage voters. I think that through school, a lot of those things showed that, through research, they weren't actually working as well as we hoped.
Yeah, I know that's something that's been frustrating for a libertarian who has been working in the trenches for so long. So many times we seem to take actions that don't really result in the best outcomes for us. Not negative outcomes, but it's like we put a lot of effort into some things and we don't necessarily get a lot of traction. And it sounds like you've incorporated this thinking into the actual design of your phone script, right?
I hope so.
Well, that's great. That's great. Now, we've been talking primarily about the phone training, and we're going to offer some opportunities for people to participate. Is the Facebook page the best place for them to learn more about the training and the phone bank program?
They can go to our Facebook page and our Twitter. It's at LP Monroe for both, for the training video. But the best place to go to engage and talk to us is through our website at lpmc.nationbuilder.com. There you can go and sign up to get a call sheet. You can sign up for other volunteer opportunities. And maybe most importantly, you can go there and donate to the party, because this is a volunteer-based shoestring budget initiative, but at the same time, all of the stuff that really goes to help elect libertarians, at the end of the day, it doesn't come free. We can make it a lot more cost effective than the old parties do it, but at the same time, we have to have some budget in order to make it work well.
Of course, it sounds like you're taking a balanced approach to recruiting that human resource as well as the financial resources that get people in office. So, what's next for the party? Will you be doing more on-campus activities, more general activities? What
Yeah,
can we look forward to?
Yeah, so we're here over the summer, and there's not many students here, so we're taking a small step back from campus. We worked really well with them for the last few weeks of the semester. They've got a great group there that's working hard and doing a lot of interesting stuff. We had an event called Mobilizing Millennials for Liberty while they were still on campus, where we talked about the on-campus precincts in Monroe County, and how they voted and how turnout was there. We found that for the number of libertarians that we should expect from the university, we turned out very, very few of them. So we talked about ways to improve turnout on campus. And then on June 3rd, so just a few weeks, we're hosting another event in the same light called Mobilizing Small Town USA for Liberty. And that's going to be looking at the parts of our county that oftentimes aren't looked at by all political parties, including libertarians, because we're so focused on Bloomington, and sometimes we ignore the outskirts of our county, and that's an advantage for libertarians because the other parties aren't looking at them as much. So we're going to look at how they did in Monroe County, but also for people outside of Monroe County, we're going to look at some generally applicable guidance from what we see here, and how urban-based libertarian groups can work in small towns as well.
Well, I hope you are incorporating some of the rich libertarian history in Monroe County. We've got some great libertarians. Rebecca St. Burris comes to mind, and there have been some people, I believe, and I'm probably forgetting his name, but Fred Brown, who passed away a couple years ago, was one of the most earnest and sincere characters I've ever come across.
It's one of the cool things about our leadership group. We took a picture for the local papers right after our county convention, and we had a lifetime member, Bill Milroy, and we had two, at the time, university students. We have myself, who just graduated, and then Tyler Combs, who's working really hard with the campus group as secretary. So it was a really cool age gap, and to see the diversity in the party here.
Sounds great. That sounds great. Now, I want you to make a promise to me, especially as things come up as we get back closer to the school season at the end of the summer. You got to come back on and let us know when you need support from the rest of the state, because I think this is really the key to promoting libertarianism is accessing the youth, and it sounds like you're having real success down there.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, we'll look forward to seeing you again. Any parting thoughts before I let you get back to this beautiful Monday afternoon?
Absolutely. Last thing I would say, go to our website at lpmc.nationbuilder.com. You can go there to sign up for this phone bank that we're really focusing on for the next week. Look at other volunteer opportunities, even if you're not here in Monroe County or even Indiana, and to donate to support these efforts, even if you can't get involved with your time and you think that these are actually helping libertarians win. and you want to support that, you can donate at lpmc.nationbuilder.com. So thanks so
Right
much for
on.
having me on.
Absolutely. And we'll see you next. All right. Great information coming from Brandon Lavy and all the folks down in Monroe County. Sounds like they're getting a grasp on how to improve the voter turnout and many other things associated with the Libertarian Party down there in Monroe County in Bloomington. Okay, we will return next week. We're going to continue reaching out to some of our county affiliates. So if you are a county affiliate officer or just a member of a county affiliate and would like to talk about what's happening in your neck of the woods, we'd certainly like to talk to you here at the Indiana Libertarian Update. Indiana Libertarian Update is a production of Sipe Society. I am your one-man source for online content and educational resources. If you have any questions or comments, please send them that way. If you have a news story, event, or meeting you want us to pass along, just send us a message via Facebook, or you can drop me an email. It's jsipe@sipesociety.com. That's jsipe@sipesociety.com. Until next time, I am Jason Sipe, and I'll see you on the computer.